Landlords, make sure you have a right of reimbursement if you have to pay for a tenant's utilities when the tenant is clearly responsible for paying utility bills. Hi, my name is Rob Wells. I'm the Landlord War on TikTok and YouTube. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our videos. Now, on the last video, I was talking about having terms about when a tenant is responsible for paying certain utilities that the tenant, you should have a provision in the lease agreement about it's a material violation if the tenant doesn't maintain those utilities. I also like seeing in leases, there's a really good term of having a material term of tenant. If you don't pay your utility bill and the landlord gets sacked with the bill, which in a lot of municipalities, a landlord is ultimately responsible for paying utility bills that the tenant is delinquent on, you have an express term that the landlord can demand reimbursement upon receipt of the bill from the utility holder, and the landlord presents the bill to the tenant to pay. The reason why you want to have that in your lease agreement is it could be a material breach of terms of the lease agreement. And I like the leases that basically state that if the landlord demands reimbursement on something that has been assessed to them, that's the tenant's responsibility. It's due upon receipt. If the tenant fails to do that, then the tenant could be given a 3-day notice to perform to actually pay the landlord back that certain sum of money. Okay. Many leases don't have this provision that may say, hey, the tenant is, in material breach of the agreement for failing to maintain their utility account, but you want to have the direct reimbursement provision in your lease agreement so that if you get socked with a $200 garbage bill or whatnot that ultimately the tenant's responsible for paying and you have to pay that bill, you can give a 3-day notice to perform demanding, hey, you reimburse me $200. I got to assess this bill, that type of deal. If the tenant fails to pay that bill upon notice of the 3-day notice, they could be subject to just cause eviction and so forth. So that's another tool in a landlord's tool belt to enforce utility terms. So best to have those terms in there, because if it's not very clear, you might have issues in court. So folks, landlords, if you have this particular problem, like a tenant's just not paying their utilities in violation of the lease agreement and you don't know what to do, you're in the Northern California area, feel free to reach out. We might be able to help out. Put your comments, questions down below. Until next time, folks, I'll talk to you then. Thanks.